amazing records at protecting a lead, so only time is going to tell us that.
You will notice that a lot of redevelopment work is going on at St James Park, so it's a much reduced capacity tonight, around about 5,500, and only, well, less than 400 tickets for Lincoln, a club with an average gate in League Two of nearing 9,000. So I'm sure there'll be a lot watching in the pubs and clubs and at Sinsel Bank tonight, hoping to see their team prevail. They hadn't played at Wembley in the club's 130-year history, but they could return for the second time in just over a month, having beaten Shrewsbury in the Checkatrade Trophy final, where they took, I'm told, around 30,000 spectators with them. Thirdly, with the layoff here. Key man when it comes to set pieces for Lincoln. Whitehouse, who missed a reasonable chance that Lincoln created in the first leg. Alex Woodyard, a composed player in the middle of the field. Now it's Boateng, who performs a similar role for the home side Exeter.
It's going to be fascinating, isn't it, to see how the pitch plays, actually. Dry as we arrive, but they've put copious amounts of water on there to try and make it that fast passing surface that Exeter would love, but they've had problems with this pitch all season long. It's not ideal, they're just trying to make the best of it.
There's Jake Taylor looking to feed it in. And a big shout from the home fans. They thought there might have been a foul there on Simpson, but the referee, Darren England, said no.
Yeah, Simpson, he just stops in hope of a free kick, doesn't he? I mean, it's more in hope, probably, than expectation.
Being closely marked there by Michael Bostwick, in possession now. He normally plays in the middle of midfield. Fairly unfamiliar position for him, but he's strong, a good header of the ball, and he's going to have to be tested in that area right now. And in the end, he was helped out by Neil Eardley. Spending a lot of time in the air in these opening stages. Lee Frecklington, a player who always likes to get it down and play. He's a key man in this Lincoln 11 tonight. He's been out injured, missed about 4 games for them. It's his 3rd playoff campaign with Lincoln and his 2nd spell with the club. Number 19 in midfield, watch out for him.
Very experienced, composed campaigner, isn't he? You can see the smile on Danny Cowley's face, knowing that he's back available to him. Very important piece of the cog.
By Luke Waterfall, the Lincoln captain, in the general direction of Matt Green, their leading goal scorer. Oh, he's gone 8 matches now without finding the net. Here he is again, using his pace to get away. And the early cross, well, it's gone beyond Reed. His house was in the middle, but unable to find him there. Harry Anderson plays on the right wing in this Lincoln City setup. Woodyard, good build-up play again. And it goes to James Wilson. Wilson gave Moxley a few problems in the first leg at Sinsel Bank, but now it's Exeter looking impressive here. Simpson down the middle, waiting for the ball to be played to him. He was challenged and fouled by Bostwick.
Yeah, it's a bad decision, really, by Michael Bostwick. I'm surprised a player of his experience elected to make this challenge, because he was never really going to get the ball without going through the back of Jayden Stockley. What it does, it gives cheap free kick away and a set-piece opportunity for Exeter City.
And Allsop desperately trying to organise the line of defenders in front of him. He's also got, well, a fading sun in his eyes. The Lincoln goalkeeper, who has played in the Premier League for Bournemouth, player they signed on loan in January. Still trying to get things sorted in front of him. Stockley and Simpson the furthest forward in that long line of Exeter players. Disappointing set piece in the end.
You could say a bit of an anti-climax, wasn't it? Opportunity.
Launched in again towards Stockley. He's pretty useful in the air. The shot then coming in from Ryan Harley was well off target.
Well, he's capable of much better than that. He never really looked totally confident. It's almost Lincoln-esque, isn't it? Diagonal ball up to a big striker, get the drop downs, and he's in the right place there. Ryan Harley, just technique lets him down.
Well, Exeter under Paul Tisdale have always prided themselves on being a passing team, playing cultured football for League Two, but as has already been mentioned, they've had so many problems with their playing surface this season that they've adopted a more direct style for some games.
It's all about needs bust, isn't it, really? It's not ideal for what Paul Tisdale wants from his team, but by the same token, even in the early opening 5 minutes or so, we've seen 1 or 2 bobbles and how difficult it can be to pass the ball out there.
Moxley finding it difficult just to control it there, and that's a foul. Lost possession, and then brought his man down quite clearly.
Well, again, it could be a key area, you know, tonight, set pieces. Both big, strong teams. And this, again, just gives Lincoln opportunity. Send the big centre-halves up. They've already got big Matt Reed up there. It might not necessarily be the first ball. It's about where the ball will bounce.
Most of these are aimed at Matt Reed, and he wins, I would say, on average, about 90% of his headers. That one's gone beyond him in the direction of skipper Luke Waterfall. Only half cleared by Exeter. Here is Waterfall. Eardley, experienced player, taking his time to find Alex Woodyard, who had a very good game in the first leg on Saturday. Shot closed down there by Robbie Simpson, but still got a lot of distance on his clearance. Headed on by Reed. Now Eardley again, player of the year with fans and teammates during the regular season. Green claiming a free kick there, not given. So here's Boateng for Exeter.
We're going to need a strong referee tonight, because clearly there's going to be a lot of physical challenges out there.
Harley trying to feed it into the path of Eardley, just got too much on it.
Good anticipation from Ryan Alsop. Good starting position. Allows the goalkeeper, look, just to come forward and gather the ball.
There's another one launched towards Reed. Woodyard unable to control it. Stockley's layoff. Simpson and Stockley again, potential targets. He's gone short instead to Boateng. Good early ball. Harley, who's going to hit this one.
Nice build-up play, isn't it? Good composure by Boateng. Here, turns, spots that Harley is in a little bit of space on the edge of the area, but once again, it's not his best effort.
Enjoying his third spell with Exeter City. Scored in last season's playoff semi-final against Carlisle. Beat Carlisle, of course, in the semis, but then lost at Wembley against Blackpool in the final.
It's a rare thing, isn't it, when a team goes to Wembley in the playoffs 2 years in succession, but they did it in the conference a few years ago. Unsuccessful the first time.
There's Boateng getting forward again and finding Stockley. The shot took a little deflection to Simpson. Oh, what an opportunity in the opening minutes here for Exeter City.
Oh, it was just bouncing really awkwardly. It doesn't fall in a kind place, really, for Robbie Simpson. Once again, Boateng heavily involved. Stockley gets the strike. It's bobbling. It's agonisingly wide, isn't he? He just can't sort his feet out here. First touch there is a little bit behind where he wants it. He has to try and improvise and can't find the target.
Player has had a long spell out with a broken leg. Began his career at Norwich City and came on as a second-half sub on Saturday. And they played an extra midfielder, Exeter, using him as an extra attacker tonight alongside their leading scorer, Stockley. Drop towards Reed. Reed trying to find his striker partner. Stockley, quite what he intended, I think, that head out, but he's got away with it. Turned back by Pierce Sweeney, the Irishman. right back for Exeter. Here's Boateng. Made a really good start to this game. And looks to pick out Eardley, edge of the penalty area. Boswick. Handball was the shout from those Exeter fans packed behind the goal. Their team are attacking. Certainly an awkward one for him.
It was. Didn't look too much in it, though.
Stockley. Good strong challenge there on Whitehouse.
Well, again, it's another feature. It's a diagonal ball that's won, and it's nowhere near his hand. Supporters all over the country will appeal for anything they can.
Yep, needs a strong referee, a game like this, and we've got one in Darren England, who actually refereed last year's League Two final, in which, as I mentioned, Exeter lost against Blackpool. Lovely warm evening here in Devon, but the pitch really not conducive to good football. He just got a foot in there, did well to find Woodyard. Here's Waterfall. Wilson. Whitehouse. Woodyard gets it forward quickly this time. Haven't been able to get Freckington in the game as yet. But this guy is certainly running things for Exeter in the middle of the field.
It certainly is.
And Harley, who's had the first couple of Exeter efforts. Sweeney. Forced across the field. Luke Waterfall for Lincoln, who finished 7th in the League Two season. That could be a lucky omen. Blackpool finished in that position last season, Wimbledon the season before, and they both went on to win promotion after finishing 7th.
Well, they will hope it's an omen. They would love to go back to Wembley this season, but if they're going to achieve it, clearly see you're going to have to earn it.
Taylor went for the return, was being held there. The assistant spotted that.
It's safe to say that Neil Eardley doesn't agree with that. A little give and go. Not too much in it, really. The referee let that go, didn't he? It was the assistant that...
Yeah, definitely. Boateng and Harley, the two Exeter men over the ball. We've got about 6 players lined up on the edge of the Lincoln penalty area here. They want a better delivery than the last free kick, and they've got a better delivery, but just too strong again.
It's about getting the balance right, isn't it? Quite a long way over here in the end.
Well, he's now the longest-serving manager in all 4 divisions after the retirement of Arsene Wenger, but this could be his last game after 12 years and over 500 matches in charge of Exeter City. A lot of rumours in the game that he's lined up to take over at MK Dons.
It's remarkable that Exeter City find themselves in a position where they might lose him, really. It's a club that's developing on and off the pitch, and he's been a vital part of that. Certainly developed players from which they've earned an awful lot of money.
It's run by a supporters' trust who have apparently already given Tisdale notice that they won't renew his contract. We'll come back to that later as the ball is played into Green here. Difficult one across the box. Boswick took a swing at it and come forward for the free kick. Here's Woodyard playing it back in towards him. Across the goal towards Reid, who got his head to it.
Whitehouse is very close to getting on the end of that, and that's all they are away from causing Exeter serious problems.
Good little spell this for Lincoln. Reid was waiting on the far post there. The ball cut out just before it reached him.
It's a bit of a gamble clearance from Piers Sweeney, because it just goes straight into the middle of his own goal. Fortunately, to one of his own teammates. Most of the time you'll see defenders put that behind for a corner, but took a gamble there, the right back, and got away with it.
Tidy play again by Woodyard. Here's Whitehouse. He's got Anderson to his right. Now James Wilson. Here's Frecklington. In the first corner for his side, but it's a goal kick.
Well, it hasn't come to anything, but certainly been Lincoln City's best few minutes of sustained pressure. Whitehouse is one of the players from midfield that will make runs and try and get on the knockdowns from big Matt Reed. Boswick heads it back, Reed wins it there, and look at that, Whitehouse, he's in there sniffing. Remember the goal he scored at Wembley.
Yes, he got the winner against Shrewsbury in that Checkatrade Trophy final. The player who began his career at Sheffield United. Reed using his muscular presence again. Free kick goes against him.
Might have been Exeter City that started this game in the best frame, but certainly the last 5 minutes, as we've seen, belong to Lincoln. They're carrying a little bit of a threat. Danny Cowley will be pleased with that.
Neatly taken down there by Jake Taylor, but he couldn't keep possession for long enough. Thirdly goes long for Reed. Whitehouse just trod on the ball there, the pitch didn't help him. A foul there, but the referee rightly has allowed play to go on. Stockley, nothing has come of it.
He turned the wrong way there, Jayden Stockley. I think the referee may be revisiting that challenge. I think it was Eardley on Jake Taylor. Very lucky to get away with that.
Been long for the ever-willing Simpson to chase. Boswick got there first, but he's got to be careful here. Tried to keep it in play, but it has gone out.
Well, he does really well, Robbie Simpson. He makes sure he doesn't foul Michael Boswick. But here comes the referee. Falling over Neil Eardley. I didn't think he would get away with it, to be honest. It's brilliant refereeing. He tried to play an advantage, but he marked it. He didn't forget. Neil Eardley committed a challenge. These are the easy ones for referees. It's very, very late as Taylor plays the ball off. Can't have any complaints.
Coming to meet the ball from that long throw. Simpson's in the mix as well. Harley with another shot. Well, they all appealed for a handball again there, the Exeter players, or some of them did anyway.
The pace seemed to be taken off the ball as it went through to Ryan Alsop.
Harley, Boateng. Moxie out on the left flank. He's ignored him for the moment. Foul then by Frecklington.
Oh, nervy moment for the Lincoln City skipper as this ball is struck, bounces up. He does lean into that a little bit, moves his body. I think he's a little bit lucky. Let's have a look at the referee's view of this. He certainly deems, Darren England, the referee, that it's not intentional.
Not the luxury of VAR in League Two. What we do have, of course, is the goal decision system in operation for all the playoffs this season.
I think it's the way he moves his body, Luke Waterfall. That's what makes Exeter players feel that there's something in this. Look, he bounces up and he leans into it, tries to pull his arm away, doesn't get it out of the way in time. It certainly takes the pace off. And the referee, can he see that? Well, it's the blind side of him, perhaps, so he can't be sure that that struck the arm, but certainly a tiny let-off for Lincoln City.
Yeah, there was a big cry from the fans packed behind that goal, that's for sure. Taylor's been forced to go wide this time. Finds Boateng, whose cross was very deep. That's a corner.
Well, it's just turned again, hasn't it? It's turned this tie. Lincoln have just had a really good 5 minutes. Now it's Exeter City's turn, and I guess we shouldn't have expected anything else, really. Very evenly matched, these two.
Yeah, 3 places, 5 points between them in the table. Exeter finishing 4th, which has been a bit of a jinx position in recent years. Stockley making a late run from near the penalty spot. It's gone in to his direction. It was controlled before that by Simpson. Back to Boateng. It was a really dangerous ball right across the face of goal, and no one able to take advantage. Pumped back in again towards Stockley.
Well, he's the man, isn't he? Boateng. Lots and lots of the good things Exeter City are doing. They're coming through this man. Good skill and a dangerous ball into a dangerous area. It just takes a little flick off Lee Frecklington, and that takes it away from the onrushing Exeter City players.
Man they signed from Crystal Palace last summer. He was a losing finalist in the playoffs in this division a couple of years ago when he was on loan at Plymouth Argyle. Reed heads on. Whitehouse. Might need some help here. And gets it from Eardley. It was an awkward ball and it drops to Green. Anderson's cross blocked for a Lincoln throw. Woodyard went down injured off the ball there. Bit of concern. He's still down, writhing in agony at the moment, the Lincoln player. That's why the referee stopped play.
Well, the referee appeared to point to his head, saying that he thought it was a head injury. Certainly holding his face there, Alex Woodyard.
Difficult to see what happened. This might reveal.
Well, he checks his run. Just wonder whether he just gets a glancing blow, but there's nothing obvious there.
He's the only man who's played in every single League Two game for them this season, and highly rated by a number of clubs in the lower divisions, so it would be a big blow if they had to lose him. He certainly looks stunned.
He makes a move and then he checks back, and yeah, you see it's the left arm
Better angle, wasn't it?
Yeah, flush in the face. It's Robbie Simpson.
I'm surprised the referee didn't see it.
I think it was an accident. He was trying to make a run forward to come back, Alex Woodyard, and find some space. Simpson was right there.
Well, he thought his team's defending in the first leg on Saturday was the best they've managed for some time, and he believes that their spirit and their work ethic will help them prevail here tonight.
Certainly shook him up, didn't it? But I guess really only Robbie Simpson will know whether there's any intent involved there, but it looked, I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt and suggest there wasn't.
Jordan Story thought better of looking for the forward ball, left that to his goalkeeper instead. Frecklington. You can see the difficult bounce there, causing players from both sides real problems. Early's throw, looking for Reed. Falls to Boateng. Stockley looking for it early down the middle. Taylor. He's done well here, Jake Taylor, and earns his team another corner. Early, the man who cleared.
Kicking towards that bank of Exeter fans behind the goal. They love the ball in the back of this net for them.
Boateng will take it. Simpson comes to meet it near post, leaving room behind for Stockley and the rest. Oh, Alsop had to make the save there.
It was straight at Ryan Alsop. Still needed dealing with. It's a good leap at the far post, isn't it? Goalkeeper's got an Exeter player in his way, and he deals with that really well in the end.
Jordan Story, I think it was, who had the final header. And short this time. Plenty at the far post still. Wilson had to intervene. And a chance, and a goal! The first giant step towards Wembley is taken by Exeter City and by their leading scorer, Jayden Stockley.
Well, there is a shocking piece of defending that leads to this. A poor defensive header. You cannot be heading the ball back into the middle of your own goal. It really is poor. Exeter keep the ball alive. It falls invitingly to Jayden Stockley, the one man that they'd want it to fall to. And he makes them pay. Because I have to say, James Wilson's header there is a really, really poor one. And Lincoln pay the price. Good finish, but very avoidable goal.
Goal number 25 of the season for him. It's the best total of his career. And here they come again, Exeter. Free kick goes against Simpson.
Well, you don't know why he just wouldn't have headed that out for a corner. Take the safety first option, really. You are taught over and over again on the training ground. I mean, that is such a dangerous header. And Exeter do really well. Let's give them credit, because a couple of headers later, it arrives at the right boot of Jayden Stockley. He won't be pleased with his part in that.
But Stockley certainly will, because, as we mentioned, he did miss Exeter's best chances at Sinsel Bank on Saturday. They actually paid a club record fee to sign him from Aberdeen. Cleared by Waterfall, meanwhile. Plenty of time for Early to get this under control, but he got a bit too much on that header, causing a moment's fright there for Ryan Alsop.
Well, Exeter City fans shouldn't get too carried away, because they have not got a very good record when they score the first goal. We spoke about it before, didn't we, how important the first goal might be.
Rickington hooks that one in, and Christy Ping, first time he's been called into action, really, with almost half an hour gone, with an easy catch. He was voted man of the match in the first leg.
Lincoln have got character. I've seen that throughout the whole season, so it's a little bit of a setback. They'll keep going and keep believing.
Get Green or Reed into the play often enough at the moment, though. And Boateng here is dominating things in the middle of the field. And that's a good early ball. Taylor, he's got two in the middle, including Stockley. Going to Simpson at the near post.
They are are getting Boateng on the ball. We pointed him out before the kick-off, didn't we, as a creative force, and he is, as you rightly say, he's running this game. Lincoln City cannot get a grip of him.
Sweeney's throw, looking at Ryan Harley. Boateng. There you go, you're praising.
Commentator's curse, oh no.
You've done it again.
You've done it again.
Don't worry, I'm in the same club.
Well, I don't think anybody can argue that it has been Exeter more on the front foot in Lincoln City. Certainly Ryan Alsop has been the busier of the two goalkeepers, but that can all change in a flash.
Foul there on Matt Green. He's Lincoln's leading goal scorer with 16.
A bit naive, really, just to give Matt Green the opportunity to go down there from Jordan Storey. Wasn't going anywhere.
Erdley's delivery normally good from these set pieces. Long line of players again, right on the edge of the penalty area. Tries to get it right into the middle of them. It wasn't the best. Beckington shot easily blocked. Woodyard had to recover from that blow to his face earlier. Reed could be the target for this Lincoln long throw. And he wins it. Stockley it was, back helping his defence for Exeter, who could break here. When he looked up there, I think he realised he didn't have much support. Taylor on. Could have been hell there, but he still picked out Boateng. Again to Taylor. It's a lovely ball. Oh, just too much on it. Unlucky.
Certainly are playing with confidence, aren't they, the home team? And why shouldn't they? They've got a terrific home record here at St James's Park.
Yeah, one of the best in League Two. 15 wins out of 23 games, just 4 defeats. Only the champions Accrington and runners-up Luton gained more home points over the campaign. Andy Tilson, whose son plays in midfield for the home side, taking a different view of proceedings, and a man you know well, Don.
Oh, teammate of mine in good old Walsall days, managed to win a playoff campaign. But I believe he knocked the ball down for me to score a goal that day.
You believe? You mean it's imprinted on your memory?
How could I forget?
Stockley heads straight out. Erdley's throw towards Reed. Erdley again. Reed with the layoff. It was untidy though. Straight to Harley. Boateng. Taylor takes over. Simpson. Harley. Moxie in support. Here he is. Second chance to cross. And he failed to take that as well. Reed buzzing around, trying to make life difficult for the Exeter central defenders. More Taylor and Storey. That's a good layout from Stockley. Jake Taylor. Stockley wants it back quickly. Not sure what he was attempting there, but also in control.
Yeah, he had the blinkers on a little bit, Jake Taylor. Better options for him. Boateng makes a good run to give him the overlap. the blinkers on, going for glory. Credit Woodyard, who gets the block in.
Reed winning another header at the other end, almost putting Green in.
But that's the thing, isn't it, with Lincoln? Almost. They haven't really been able to get Matt Green involved. Getting on the end of flick-ons, or Elliot Whitehouse for that matter. Those are the two that normally do the running off Matt Reed.
Sweeney looking for Taylor. Cross straight into the midriff of Allsop. And tries to get Lincoln moving very quickly. Good throw out as well it was to Anderson, who's been fouled.
That's good play by Harry Anderson, carries them up the pitch. Not so good from Ryan Harley. To say Harley maybe a tad fortunate not to see a yellow card for that. Nowhere near the ball.
Under 10 minutes to half-time. And it's the home side with 1 foot on the way to the playoff final. Clean over Waterfall's head and Reed's, and everybody else has come to that goal kick.
Oh, I'm looking down below at Danny Cowley and his brother, and they're saying, why was nobody peeling round the back there? That is what they would have expected, because this is a very, very good delivery, but everybody goes under the ball, nobody peels round the back. It's no danger, no threat to Exeter.
They won only 8 of their 23 away games in the regular season, although they did prove difficult to beat. Just 8 defeats as well.
Yeah. They are hard to beat. That's how they build. They've set up to be solid and difficult to beat. Recently beat one of their playoff rivals, didn't they, in Coventry? That was, I think, one of their last away wins anyway. And in a one-off game, you know, you've got to be confident after you've beaten Shrewsbury Town at Wembley, League One playoff finalists. In a one-off game, you've got to believe you can beat anybody, but haven't really caused Exeter too many problems so far.
Heavy touch there by Frecklington, and he got away with the resulting challenge. There's Anderson looking to hit it in early for Whitehouse, didn't reach him. Calmly done there by Ryan Harley, very composed footballer. Waterfall in Woodyard, early for Whitehouse. Anderson on the right wing. Green making himself available, short. Reed in the centre, and that's who he's looked for. Cheers from the home fans when Matt Reed failed to control it. His header hitting the bar on Saturday was the closest that Lincoln came to scoring.
Oh, pulled on the shoulder there. That's a ball required. He's in the area that his manager wants him to be.
Scored 8 goals and had 8 assists in the League Two season. Woodyard. There's Wilson. Looking again for Reed, who's got Green close to him. This is Green. Eardley with the cross. Whitehouse went for it on the far post. There's still a chance in the middle. He's Reed through himself and in, and they've equalised. Well, for a moment it looked as though the referee was going to disallow it, and he has in fact. Or at least he's going to consult his assistant. As Whitehouse peeled away, I saw the referee hesitate, and he's going over on that far side to Gareth Mellor, the assistant, who's told him he has seen an infringement in there, and the goal is ruled out.
Oh, what a big, big decision this is. Well, Reed, it comes off his arm, and that's what the assistant has seen. But is he nudged? Is it a little nudge that pushes Matt Reed off balance? Certainly, Lincoln get the benefit of it hitting his arm, but he's claiming, look at that. He's saying he was pushed, and you know what? There may have been a little nudge in there, and the assistant referee didn't see it. He only saw the fact that it hit Matt Reed's arm, and that is a big, big moment in this game. I've got a feeling he was nudged ever so slightly as the ball comes in. Look, he's leaning, he's nudged, And that's why his arm is flailing, because he's off balance.
Well, I think the referee was about to give it. He seemed to be pointing back towards the halfway line, but he obviously had some communication from his assistant.
Well, there you can see what he thinks about it. He's adamant that there was a push involved there.
In the meantime, it's Boateng. That's a lovely ball as well for Stockley. Great double challenge on him.
That was brilliant defending. It's clever movement from Jayden Stockley, but both Waterfall and Bostwick get across to get the block on. They'll feel aggrieved, Lincoln City, but they must keep their discipline.
Whitehouse. There's Wilson. Woodyard. Yeah. That's untidy.
A lot of communication down there between the Lincoln bench. You can see still despair on his face. He can't believe it.
Conversations going on with fourth official Mark Haywood. So a major talking point as Freckington fails to control it. It comes to Boateng, who has Taylor well placed. Here he is, trying to get it back there to Stockley. Green coming back to defend for Lincoln. Whitehouse, who thought he'd scored, certainly ended up in the net. Finds Woodyard. Anderson's come in from one flank to the other. And here he is, Woodyard. Eardley. Along the ground again for Anderson. Frecklington. Here's Wilson. Bostwick. Eardley. That's a good ball. Woodyard. Eardley. Good spell this for Lincoln. They've reacted well to not just conceding a goal, but having what they thought was a goal ruled out.
They're doing well. They're keeping the ball. They're getting it wide. They're getting it into the box, and they're picking up the loose pieces and going again.
Reed wins another header. Here's Green. The layoff to Whitehouse. Eardley. Lincoln's best spell this. Eardley into Green. Shook off the defender cleverly. Eardley. Plenty of time for Bostwick. There's Luke Waterfall. And the captain finds Woodyard. Eardley. Push surely from Simpson.
If you're Paul Tisdale, you must say to your players, do not give needless free kicks away, because it doesn't really matter where the free kick is from, whether it's deeper, on the halfway line, in their own half. Lincoln will put it into an area and force you to defend.
Eardley hits it in towards Reed on that far post area. That's Anderson, whose shot was blocked. Looks like another long throw on the way towards the head of Matt Reed. Whitehouse just behind him, looking for a knockdown. Didn't reach him this time. Stockley is doing a good job defensively for the home side. Bostwick for Lincoln. Horrible bounce again there. Done well to keep possession, Lincoln.
Last 5 minutes, they really have controlled the ball. They've got it out wide, got the crosses in and picked up the ball and gone again.
And Green chips one in. Foul by Woodyard.
Well, that just takes a little bit of the pressure off. Certainly, Lincoln City just regathering their composure and coming back into it.
They'll have 2 minutes of stoppage time. Climbing highest. Taylor in no great hurry to take the throw in, but now he picks out Simpson. Boateng fell nicely for him, and he finds Stockley. Just got the ball trapped under his foot there.
Boateng was on for the 1-2 as well.
Anderson. Here's Wilson. Needed a better ball than that, really. More Taylor heading it clear.
If you are Exeter City now, it's just about managing what's left of this final minute of the first half. Get yourself in. One goal cushion. Do not concede a silly foul.
The man foul there, done by Simpson. He must be getting close to a yellow card on the totting up procedure alone.
That's madness. What kind of a challenge is that? Near the halfway line, opposition going nowhere. Crazy challenge.
And, it gives Reid the opportunity to show his prowess in the air again. If it reaches him, it's a long way away. He didn't reach it. Attack and final clearance by James Wilson, whose sloppy clearance led to the game's only goal so far. But the big talking point, Darren England, after consulting his assistant Gareth Mellor, ruling out what would have been a Lincoln City equaliser for Elliot Whitehouse. Cowley calling his players away from the officials. They will discuss that themselves during the half-time interval. But it's Jayden Stockley's goal after that loose clearance dispatched into the back of the net that makes it Exeter City 1, Lincoln City 0. Well, Lincoln must feel there's something of a curse on them in the playoffs. This is the 6th time that they've qualified for this end-of-season drama in this division, and they've failed to win promotion through the playoffs on each of those 6 occasions. They're 45 minutes away from another failure here, or a remarkable turnaround and success. Both of these teams hoping for a return trip to Wembley. Bit of a false start there.
Oh, I think he's given a foul straight away. Does Matt Green block an Exeter player who's trying to close the kickoff down? Not a happy start to the second half for Lincoln.
It wasn't a happy ending either when they thought they'd equalised. We've seen that incident a couple of times since, and it certainly seemed as though Matt Reid was pushed towards the ball, which he certainly did handle, but arguably accidentally. Luke Waterfall claiming a goal kick here, but it is going to be a corner for Exeter.
And of course, it all becomes about next goal and who can get it. If Exeter get the next goal, almost there.
Green hooking it away from danger, but not a single Lincoln player near the halfway line to take advantage. Straight through to Christy Pym, who made 2 or 3 excellent saves in the first leg on Saturday. Good long ball by him as well, brought down by Stockley, but couldn't keep it under control for long enough. Eardley helps it on. It's the new stand being built there in the background, which will eventually help to take the capacity up to around 8,500 to 9,000 here. Lincoln enjoy average gates that are more than double those of Exeter. As Boateng takes the home side forward menacingly again here, driving on and trying the shot. Oh, what a goal! Make a note of that! Magnificent! If that's the goal that takes them to Wembley, it's certainly worthy of the occasion. Brilliant goal!
Well, the most influential player on the pitch has just scored a wonder goal. If you see this goal in the Premier League, it wouldn't be out of place. It is absolutely wonderful. You look at where he picks the ball up from. Just there, he's got his back to Exeter's goal, shows good strength, and then good determination, and then good ball control to drive at the heart of the Lincoln defence. Maybe gets a little bit of a lucky break there, but he gets it onto that left foot. And once he switches it onto that left foot, he's only got one thing in his mind, and that's to curl the ball into that corner. And it is precise a strike as you will ever see, in off the post, and it gives Ryan Alsop absolutely no chance, and it gives Lincoln City a mountain to climb.
A sensational strike by Hiram Boateng, only the second goal he scored in his first campaign here at Exeter. What a moment to get it.
Well, he's been outstanding all evening, and we did highlight him before kick-off as a potential influential player. My word, he couldn't have been any more influential if he'd have tried.
Well, that's as good a goal as you'll see at any level of the game, isn't it?
Well, it had a lot, didn't it? That's the thing about it. Had absolutely everything.
Just 2 minutes of the second half gone, and Exeter City have doubled their lead and doubled their chances of a return trip to Wembley, having lost to Blackpool in last year's final.
It's just wonderful, wonderful skill, and he will not tire of seeing it over and over again. What a goal. I'll tell you what, if I'd have scored a goal like that, I'd have gone a bit more crazy than he did.
He's also had most goal assists for Exeter this season as well. He's on the march again here.
It's a heartbreaker for Lincoln City right at the start of the second half. They're still probably feeling a little bit aggrieved with the decision to rule out their goal.
Marley forward to Stockley, back again to the man of the moment. Keep his thoughts to himself. Just beginning to lose a bit of discipline here.
Neil Irving has to be careful, he's been booked as well, but certainly Taylor uses his body well, and for Erdley to get to the ball, he has to go through the back of him. It's a clear foul. Maybe, as you point out, maybe an element of frustration. Got to keep the discipline here, Lincoln.
If you remember, was the only player yellow carded in the first half. The left-footed Moxie showing an interest in the free kick here. Ryan Harley and the goal scorer Boateng, the other two players around the ball. You think Boateng would fancy it after his goal? It is set up for Moxie.
He's fuming with himself. It's not a good effort from Dean Moxie. I think it was probably going wide.
And that's a corner. What a start they've made to the second half, Exeter.
Well, they've got this wonderful defensive home record, as good as anybody. That's how hard it's going to be for Lincoln to get back in this game.
Boateng with the corner. Stockley trying to get away from his marker. It comes towards him as well, but Lincoln have dealt with the first problem. Easier one there for Alsop. He tries to get Lincoln on the front foot straight away, but a bit too hasty perhaps with the clearance. It's gone straight back to Exeter. Sweeney for them. Not long by Story. Waterfall at the other end. Bostwick gets his foot right through the clearance, but that's giving Christy Pym plenty of time at the other end. Goalkeeper hasn't seen too much action tonight, unlike the first leg.
Yeah, he's been a passenger really tonight. Can't remember him having to make any meaningful save so far.
Has to be careful on that bobbly pitch there also, as he cleared it. And he's gone straight back to Exeter. They're trying to make life difficult for the goalkeeper again here. Back in by Moxie, an easy clearance for Bostwick. Bit of activity on the Lincoln bench.
Danny Cowley really trying to rouse his troops, because he knows, you know what, if they can get the next goal in this game, everything changes. Everything changes.
And here's Reid for them. Worth a reminder at this stage that there is no away goals rule in the playoffs. It's all about the aggregate score. Whitehouse, the man who had the goal disallowed, pressing forward again. Woodyard in the battle for possession. Anderson. Is that a push? No, the decision is caught up.
Well, young Jordan Story is down below as the Exeter central defender. There was a thunderous coming together between him and James Wilson down below us. It was a real throwback of a challenge, and it's left the young man in a bit of pain. You can see why, as this breaks. Cleans the ball, the man the lot, doesn't he, Wilson?
Only 20, came through the youth system here, and as you mentioned, Don, in the first half, they have made a lot of money over the years through selling players that they brought along themselves, like Edwin Ampadu at Chelsea, Matt Grimes, Swansea. They reckon they've made something like £7 million in the last few years by player sales.
They really have developed lots of wonderful young talent.
Real old scramble in the 6-yard box. Bostwick trying to reach the ball first. The flag has gone up, the ball had gone out of play.
Well, it becomes about game management for Exeter City. 2-goal cushion, no risks. They must take no risks. Avoid giving away cheap free kicks.
Just confirming that Ollie Palmer replaced Harry Anderson as the substitute for Lincoln City. Whitehouse for them. It's a good layoff, and he's on the march again here. Brilliant from Boateng. How did he keep possession there? Seems second favourite all through.
Oh, he's enjoying himself, isn't he? He has been from the moment this game kicked off. It was more of his control and passing in the first half. In the second half, his power and ability at running with the ball, causing Lincoln problems.
There's Reid. Yes, you can see that Boateng has certainly been schooled at a Premier League club, having spent the early part of his career at Crystal Palace. Here's Green for Lincoln, winning them a corner.
They're a big, powerful, strong team. You wonder if a set piece might be their best way back into this game, because they haven't been able to trouble Christy Pym in the Exeter goal so far. Reid saying, look at the shirt pulling. Watch out for it.
Most of their players in and around the penalty area here. And all of the back four have made their way forward for this corner. Once the referee has decided things are calm again. Still a bit of pushing going on, I can see, on the far post involving Reed, who's in the 6-yard box now, trying to get his head to this. Well defended.
Yeah, really good defending. And they have withstood the physicality of Lincoln over the 2 legs so far. A good head away. And more Taylor.
Yeah, another one who came through their youth system. Green's cross has gone behind. Well, it's really difficult now for Lincoln, obviously. 2 goals behind against a team that are good at keeping possession. Nine years ago, Exeter did what Lincoln are attempting to do now by going from the Conference to League One in successive seasons. And let's not forget, it's been a really long and arduous journey for Lincoln, who had that fantastic run, didn't they, to the FA Cup quarter-final last season, as well as winning the National League title.
It's just been a wonderful couple of seasons for them, hasn't it? Smiles back on those Lincoln City fans' faces, but if it stays this way, they will feel the pain this evening.
Green trying to use his pace here. And gives his team another corner kick. Into the massed ranks of Lincoln fans on what I'm told is one of the largest standing terraces left in the Football League, at the time when standing of football matches is back in the limelight again. Frecklington with the corner. Boswick near post. Reed near the penalty spot. Whitehouse throwing himself at the ball.
Moore Taylor does have a little grab at Matt Reed's shirt, you know, in there. As that ball is coming in, actually asked the referee to keep an eye on that, but just don't watch his left arm. Little grab of the shirt. Not too much, certainly not enough for the officials to be interested, but certainly Exeter skipper needs to be careful.
Away by Wilson. Not very far though. Harley picking up the loose ball. It's a good challenge. Taylor takes it on. And the cross not clear by Boswick. Back in by Moxey, but straight out for a goal kick.
Well, he won't mind that. Had he let that ball bounce, it would have bounced over him. Like I said, no risks.
Well, they're celebrating, but still half an hour to go here. Anything can happen in the semi-final between 2 teams who've proved themselves to be very evenly matched, despite having very different styles of play. Eardley looking for Green. Did well to control that. Wasn't an easy ball. Moxey takes it off him. And then plays Inglis ball back in. Woodyard with the cross. Sending so many men forward now, of course, Lincoln. They've got to be careful not to be hit on the break. Stockley.
To take 1 or 2 calculated risks, don't they, the away team? Still, we await Christy Pym to be truly tested.
Wilson's long ball for Reed. Time to bring it down. Gets it back from Frecklington. Crossed in towards Whitehouse. The flag had gone up.
They're having a go, Lincoln. Like you said, they are taking 1 or 2 risks. They are committing 1 or 2 more bodies forward, but they just need that little break now, a little bounce of the ball to go their way.
Simpson thought he was going to get a free kick.
See Nick Cowley just bashing his chest, saying, come on, let's show a bit of heart. Brother urging his team up the pitch. Quick check of the watch will tell him there's still plenty of time, if only can find a way.
Oh! Huge clearance charged down by Green, but the ball ran out of play before he could punish him for that. Relief for him, though. Let's remind you that the playoff final in this division is on Bank Holiday Monday, May the 28th, 2:30, live, of course, on Sky Sports Football. Moxie's header away. Exeter can afford to take their time now over these throw-ins, set pieces. Whenever the ball is dead, they won't be in a hurry to get it live again.
Message sent on there by Paul Tisdale. I wonder if he's just gonna perhaps tuck his wide players in to make that midfield area a little bit more compact and a little bit more difficult for Lincoln to break through them.
Green doing well to win that header. Here's Woodyard. Ball for Palmer, the substitute. Needs a bit of help here. Well, he's got a corner out of it.
Oh, furious, isn't he? Young Jordan Story felt that he made the challenge that meant that came off Ollie Palmer last, and I think he may have a case.
Get that out of his mind now. It helps to defend this corner. Right into the mix. The goalkeeper went for it and was grateful that his defender got there ahead of him, I think. There's Woodyard, Oswick. Whitehouse. Oh, well done there, Whitehouse. It's a decent ball in, Reed with a header. Waterfall heads on as well. And in the end, Kim just snatches it quite comfortably from underneath the bar.
Just sums their evening up so far, doesn't it? It's those little nearly moments where the ball doesn't quite drop favourably in the opposition penalty area. They haven't one of those nights so far, Lincoln.
Well, as an attacking force, Exeter haven't really got going since their second goal. Lincoln doing a lot of pressing without seriously troubling the home side as yet. Thirdly turns it back to Woodyard. There's Wilson. Green. Little nudge there by Green on Moxie. That'll be a free kick.
Well, they've racked up the corners in the second half, Lincoln City, and there's a real physical tussle going on between young Jordan Moore-Taylor and Matt Reed. Arms all over him. Reed pushes him off, makes a bit of contact. I think the big striker may have drawn a little bit of blood, but it's all getting very frustrating for Matt Reed in there.
Stockley beaten to it. Here's Woodyard. Now Wilson. Down the line for Green. Just hooks it on for Reed again. And Green's given it away. That's a lovely ball. Sweeney. Waterfall felt he had to go for that. Wasn't quite sure what was going on behind him.
At least he clears it away from the danger, which is what didn't happen for that all-important first goal in this game.
Out in the gloom on that far side. Boateng with the corner. Green couldn't get it clear. Exeter keeping possession cleverly. Boateng still out there. Now it will go in towards Stockley. And that'll do nicely for the home side, another corner. A little touch of cramp.
Cramp, yeah. A warm day down here.
Story trying to cause problems now at the other end of the field. Ryan Harley with the corner this time. Boateng. Straight back into the mix. Stockley won the header, cleared by Whitehouse. Three-quarters of the way through now, and Exeter still with that 2-goal advantage here, and a place at Wembley and the playoff final beckoning for them. Unless Lincoln can produce something very special in the final quarter of this game. Instead, it's Exeter who produce something very special again. Ryan Harley with an absolute thunderbolt, and that surely is the passport to Wembley. They can get those Wembley suits out of the back of the wardrobe now.
Well, the first goal may have been a slight error defensively. The second is a moment of individual genius, and the third is as pure a strike as you are going to see. This is a wonderful hit on the half volley. It's still rising, and I think Ryan Alsop maybe gets a fingertip to it, but such is the power and accuracy from Harley. He's got no chance, the goalkeeper. It's a top strike, and that should be that. You would imagine it's all over for Lincoln.
And like Boateng, it's only the second goal he scored this season. Those two saving up their best for when it mattered most. Surely no way back for Lincoln now.
1-0, you're in it. 2-0. If you can score the next goal, you're in it. But with 20 minutes remaining, they're really, well, it would be the comeback of all comebacks, wouldn't it?
2 goals of the highest quality in the second half here. Reed trying to get his head on that. It's a real old scramble. Palmer tries to get something on it as well. Comes out to Green in the end. And just about survived. Another threat on their goal. Corner though. Here inspired more Taylor.
They have defended all evening. And also in the first leg, they've defended so well.
On our way is the song from the Exeter fans. Lincoln aren't finished yet, though. This is a team with great spirit. They will keep going right to the death here. Woodyard doing well to regain possession. Here's Wilson. Pumped in towards Reed. The goalkeeper's decided to come for that one. Corner.
Hasn't had an awful lot to do. Christie Pym was superb in the first leg. Gets in all kinds of muddle there, coming over an awful lot of bodies. Got away with one.
Reed still shouting, still cajoling, still using his muscular presence to cause problems. It's gone towards him as well here. Waterfall was behind him, but Exeter stood up to the battering very well.
Brilliant defending this time. It's young Jordan Story, I think, gets his head on that.
Reed in there again, taking on 2 defenders and earning another corner. This to prove one step too far for this Lincoln City side who have enjoyed such a wonderful couple of seasons. regard for them. Frecklington plays it back in. Frecklington's done well to win it back, but just fell at the vital moment. It's not long for Boateng. Early across on the cover, and Palmer there as well. He's got the confidence to take players on here. It's another great run by Boateng. Whistle has finally gone. Bodies on the deck. 2 Exeter players down injured.
A couple of full-blooded challenges. Hopefully neither of which is too serious.
There's a substitution here. Frecklington, whose place, remember, was in doubt because of injuries. He was replaced by Tom Pett, who can play wide right or left. So the Grecians, as they're called, just over a quarter of an hour away from a return trip to Wembley. Boateng. Harley. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight. Cleared by Moxie. Harley beaten to the bounce this time. But here's Boateng again. He's got such confidence in his own ability, and rightly so.
Yeah, he's been excellent. Absolutely has. Still feeling the effects of that challenge from a few moments ago, hobbling around a little bit.
A mistake just when they didn't need it. Well, if they get to the final, this is not, after all, going to be Steve Perriman's last game as director of football at Exeter City. He's retiring from the game after 50 years in football. He made the most appearances, over 800, and won the most medals in his wonderful career at Tottenham as a player, and has had something like 17 years as director of football here at Exeter. Great player, great character. Lives in this part of the world, hoping to see a bit more of his old club Tottenham in the future. As Green is brought down, free kick.
Well, he'll be thrilled. It has been a wonderful display all round from Exeter. They've shown flair going forward, resilience and resolve defending, and they've had to. Steve Perriman will be thrilled.
Eardley plays it in dangerously. Bostwick in the thick of things. Here's Pett. Just can't get that final ball right at the moment, Lincoln.
Oh, it's a shame, because Eardley's free kick was wonderful delivery.
Substitution for the home side now. Troy Archibald-Hendry, who came on as a late substitute in the first leg, will replace the man whose sensational goal set Exeter City on their way to what surely will be an appearance at Wembley.
This fella has been absolutely outstanding. Listen to the rousing reception he has been given, and rightly so.
Sensible change. Archibald-Hendry, more of a defensive player. Injuries prevented him playing in last year's playoffs, and indeed a similar thing happened when he was at his previous club, Swindon. So he'll be really relishing the thought of being in the squad for the final if they make it. And that word "if" is getting smaller and smaller as the minutes tick by here. Brings into trouble. Whitehouse was caught there as he played the ball away, right in front of the referee as well, and he has indeed given the free kick. This disallowed goal, one of the pivotal moments of the night.
Huge moment, isn't it? I'm sure it's going to be a moment that Lincoln City will reflect heavily on.
deadly again. Crossing to a dangerous position there, then had to see the corner.
But again, it's another knockdown into a dangerous area that bounce of the ball hasn't gone their way.
Pet queuing up for the cross, but didn't arrive. Woodyard. Not long for Reed, who inevitably wins the header and finds Green. They've got one back. It'll give them a glimmer of hope. And the old 1-2 of Reed and Green does the business again for Lincoln City.
Well, I think this is only the second shot that they've had on target all night. That is how well Exeter City have defended, but they've aimed for Matt Reed there. They know that ball's coming. It's just too strong for Moxie. And Green anticipates where the ball is going to end up. It's a clever little finish from Matt Green. Is this the motivation? Does it give them the kickstart? Can they get another one?
Green's 17th goal of the campaign. And Exeter might have to change their mindset somewhat now. They have been defending since the second goal, really, never mind the third. In it goes again towards Reed, who was knocked over there, and there's a big appeal from the Lincoln players for a penalty. The home fans think he was, shall we say, laying it on a bit thick. He's still down in the penalty area.
Well, the Lincoln backroom staff below us cannot believe it. They feel it was a blatant penalty. Certainly it was a case of two players going up for the ball. There's blood on the back of Matt Reed's head. Whether it's enough to give away a penalty, I don't know. Well, certainly I think it's more Taylor, the skipper. They've had a battle all night. He goes up, he doesn't get the ball, and do you know what? You've seen them given. I have to say, the assistant referee on this side has got a clear view. He jumps into Matt Reed, makes no contact with the ball whatsoever. For me, that's a penalty, and I can understand why that Lincoln bench are not very happy. That's two big decisions.
Well, it would be fair to say Matt Reed gives us as good as he gets in the game, but as we mentioned in the first leg, sometimes referees perhaps take a view of him before the ball is kicked. Well, there's graphic evidence of how the injury came about. It could well have been a penalty.
Well, the thing about cuts like that is they could be caused by a flailing arm, an accidental clash of heads, but when a defender jumps into the back of a striker and does not get the ball, it's a foul. And if it's inside the penalty area, it has to be a penalty. The referee's looking down there, but for me, it's the assistant referee. He's got a clear, unobstructed view of that. He's got to see that the Exeter skipper does not play the ball.
Well, I think Lincoln will feel at the end of the proceedings here tonight that the major decisions have gone against them. Jordan Moore-Taylor also needs some treatment, but Reed, well, he's a tough character. The cut won't bother him. The referee's decision will.
Well, you imagine if Lincoln had a penalty given there and scored it with 10 minutes to go, you're talking about serious nervous tension, aren't you?
The cheeks there for Danny Cowley. He knows the time and the scoreline is all against his side now.
It's about fine margins, isn't it, really? Those fine margins, certainly in the case of two refereeing decisions, haven't gone Lincoln's way.
Two Warriors who've battled away all night, both ending up with head wounds and bandages to match. So it's certainly a part of Moore-Taylor's education coming up against Matt Reed, one he won't forget.
Furious with the referee. Doesn't hold back in his protestations either, does he, Matt Reed?
Doesn't hold back in anything he does.
No, you're absolutely right.
Man who spent most of his career playing in the non-league circuit. Still chummering away as he moves down the touchline. What he's got to be careful of now, and I'm sure that's what his manager's telling him, is keep it under control. Don't go looking for revenge.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got sympathy with the referee there, but I've got no sympathy with the assistant referee. He's got a clear, unobstructed view of that.
Oh, that was a bad challenge by Boswick, and deserved a card.
Can't make challenges like that. It's a shocker, isn't it, really? Again, probably a large element of frustration on Michael Bostic's part.
No stranger to that colour of card, as you saw. Not helping his side, really, stoppages like that. Now, something's gone on again between the officials here. Presumably something has been said or done down there on the touchline. Nothing that seems to have resulted from the conversation between Mark Hayward and Darren England. It's his free kick at the end of all that. They still lead 3-1. Here's the man who made it 3, Harley, knocking it long. It's becoming a very physical battle now. Archibald Hendry getting his head on that. Exeter are ready to make another substitution. Wilson throw down the line meanwhile. Woodyard. Wilson. Cleared by Moxie. And with the ball out of play, they will make that change now. Lloyd James, who started the first leg on Saturday, will come on. And the man he replaces, Robbie Simpson. Work hard throughout, without too much of a sight of goal.
Again, reiterating, but it is about game management. Must not concede another one.
Not the best way opposite from White House. And these Lincoln players, understandably, beginning to look frustrated.
Yeah.
Their body language still good, they're still giving it everything.
They've got character. You don't achieve what they've achieved over the last couple of seasons without having character and spirit. Is that going to be enough? They haven't caused Exeter's defence enough problems, maybe.
Stockley doing really well there. Harley loses possession, but it is going to be an Exeter throw. As we move into the final 5 minutes, there'll be a first slab of stoppage time. Stockley again involved. Just wants to keep it in the corner if he can. Peck got a foot to that. Stockley pulled the shirt or shorts of the Lincoln man, so it's a free kick. Trying to find a target here. Cleared by Moore Taylor. And as far as Woodyard. Here's Wilson. Down the line for Green. The Lincoln goal scorer tries the difficult ball there. Goal kick.
Precious moments. Precious seconds ticking away.
A long and perhaps fruitless journey down from Lincolnshire for them. They won't be feeling like this at the moment, but they can be proud of their team.
My goodness me. Wonderful season, regardless of what happens here. They've won some silverware, they've finally made it to Wembley. You know what, you've got to remind yourself, this is a team that were playing in the National League last season.
Absolutely. Eardley looking for Reed. Moxie right behind him. Here's Wilson. Green. Back into Wilson. Corner. James with his first contribution since coming off the Exeter bench. Well, another one now for Lincoln would make things very, very interesting.
It's not the kind of stress that those Exeter players need.
Reed inevitably went for the header. Not sure who that came off in the end. Lincoln are claiming another corner, but it is a goal kick.
And there it is. I mean, that could easily have dropped to a Lincoln boot who would have had a tap in. Look how close. Knocks it down into an area, avoids Whitehouse again. Those are the little bounces and breaks of the ball that you need. And certainly Lincoln haven't had them this evening.
Exeter finished 4 points behind Wycombe Wanderers, who took the third automatic promotion place. But at the moment, they seem to be heading for the playoff final for the second year in a row. Yellow card there for a bit of time wasting. Especially the man shown the card.
Well, he didn't knock the ball away once, knocked it away twice, just to make sure he got a yellow.
Shouldn't matter much now unless he picks up another one. More Taylor. Anywhere in the opposition half will do now for Exeter, that's for sure. Jake Taylor for them. Taylor's claiming he was brought down, but I think the referee's going to give a goal kick. He has, yeah.
He's just let them play on.
Yeah, didn't even go out.
No, it's for a 1-2.
Getting in the way of his man again. Whitehouse knocks it down to Wilson. The ball a little bit too deep, I would think. Should deal with that one. Exeter, and they have. There's Boswick. Waterfall. The captain hits it long. Reed's there again, but the flag has gone up against him. Offside. We're about to find out now how much stoppage time will be added. As I said, we've had a number of stoppages and substitutions, so it's going to be a fair chunk.
I don't get the feeling that the Exeter supporters will like the number that they are about to see.
That number is 7. Steve Pellerman in the background there looking on, thinking, oh no. The best thing they can do now, Exeter, is get possession and try and keep it. But at the moment, it's Lincoln doing all the pressing. Reed flicks it on again to Whitehouse. Yard. Boswick.
It's just got to go in now, isn't it? Into the penalty area. Look for the knockdowns. Hope you get a break of the ball.
Horrible bounce there for Wilson. So Exeter around about 6 minutes away from sealing a trip to Wembley and a chance to be in League One next season. Quite possibly, probably, with a new man at the helm.
Maybe. Desperate to lay some ghosts to rest after the defeat in last season's playoff final.
Moxie showing the yellow card there for a bit of time wasting on the throw-in. More Taylor knocks it clear. One back by Pett, that's good. Woodyard. It's a disappointing ball. Plenty of time for Boswick to get it under control and find Eardley. Waterfall's just stayed up now like an auxiliary striker. Yeah. Here's Reed.
It's the right move.
Yeah.
Now you've got to get the ball in.
Pett. Woodyard. Swung in over the head of Reed Barnes. Well, the bounce deceived Palmer.
It is, it's all below us. Head in hands. It's another knockdown that's evaded those onrushing Lincoln players.
Just confirming that latest yellow card for Moxie for time wasting. Trying to steal a yard or two on the throw. Reed. And they're taking the free kick quickly to Green. Good challenge.
I don't understand that. They've taken the free kick quickly, but they didn't have any players in the penalty area. So even if Green got on the end of that, there was no... They've got to get set. They've got a set piece, get everybody forward, and then get the ball in.
Long throw will keep the pressure on here. It goes towards Reed on the near post. Back in by Eardley. The goalkeeper's decided to let that go, and that was the right decision.
Yeah, just too much pace on it. He does deliver a good ball, Neil Eardley, but it's just a fraction over hit.
He's had a remarkable career here. And it looks as though it's going to end, if indeed it is going to end, on a high.
It's been a tough battle between two very competitive teams. And it looks like Exeter City are going to prevail. Certainly a couple of moments of magic, stunning goals.
No time to waste for Ryan Allsop now. Reed just flicks it on, and Will Taylor gets it away. Exeter have the ball, exactly what they want, but the ball to Pep wasn't very good, I'm afraid, from Lloyd James. Reed again, straight to Moxie this time. Lincoln fans looking dejected, the Exeter fans ready to celebrate with a great roar when that clock reaches 97. Cleared again by Moxie. Back in by Woodyard, that's a good ball as well for Green. What a chance he had then.
Yeah, it's good work by Archibald Henville to get back in there. It's a delicate little ball played back in by Woodyard. Green onside. And look at that work by the substitute.
Archibald Henville with an important header away. Back in inevitably from Wilson. There's too many bodies in the way at the moment for Lincoln to forge an opening here, but it'll come in again now from Woodyard. No, along the ground this time. Reed's dispensed with the bandage. Woodyard back into the danger area, and again a very good header away. There's Tom Pett. Moore Taylor with yet another clearance. The pressure really on, but the seconds ticking away towards the final whistle. Here's Wilson for Lincoln. Can they produce an even nervier ending for Exeter by getting a second goal here? Reed heads into the danger area again. Lincoln on too happy with that decision. Nor are Exeter as it all begins to go off now.
Exeter not happy with the challenge. Waterfall, it's just pure and utter frustration because he knows the game is up. He knows he's not getting on the end of this, so he just barges into Archibald Henville. It's not a good challenge.
Well, it's easy to understand their frustration. A long season, 46 games, 48 of you include the 2 playoffs, 10 months of football, and it all, in a way, crumbles to nothing. We're now into added time on top of the original 7 minutes.
It's like we've already highlighted. We've got to remind ourselves where Lincoln City have come from to be here. If there is such a thing as glorious failure, then this is it. But it's been a season, well, a couple of seasons for them to remember. Should hold their heads up high, be proud, and look forward to next season.
Exeter City are going back to Wembley. A return trip to the home of football for the 2nd year in a row. Last year they lost the final in the League 2 playoff against Blackpool. Can they go one better against the winners of the other semi-final between Coventry and Notts County? That will be played on Monday, the 28th of May. But for tonight, it's celebrations all round at St James Park as Exeter City send Lincoln crashing out of the playoff semi-finals by 3-1. 2 magnificent goals in the second half really turned this game on its head. Hiram Boateng with a great individual effort, bringing the ball almost from the halfway line and then scoring off the goalpost. And then a stunning shot from 25 yards by Ryan Harley. They added to Jaden Stockley's goal, which gave the home side a first-half lead. Matt Green pulled one back for Lincoln City, but it was too little, too late for them. They go out. Exeter go on to Wembley, Doug.
Well, they certainly do, and I think over the course of the 2 legs, I don't think you can argue they deserved it. Yes, they rode their luck at times, and you know, a couple of incredibly stunning goals that have taken them to Wembley, but I have to hail the performance of that defensive unit because they knew what to expect, and Lincoln didn't disappoint. They put them under pressure, but so good were they defensively that they really restricted Lincoln City to barely any chances over tonight's game.